If I could have a private audience with people that would be considered like the most powerful man in the world, say like, private conversation with Elon Musk or Donald Trump or Pope Leo, I don't know, most powerful man in the world, most powerful man in the world. Okay. Dude, there was once a man named Adolf Hitler. More people globally knew who that man was, okay, than a man people pray to as a god named Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus of Nazareth, argued by many academics and so forth, was, basically an insignificant person in his existence, but was turned into legend by people that used his existence to manipulate others into things that are not real, according to intelligent people that call themselves scientists, right? Now, in the story about Jesus, in the Roman Empire, he was told to accept a republic, which was an invention of enforcement of human laws through humans agreeing to what they perceived they could do and that they thought what they could do and get away with it. You can't get away with doing crimes, to commit the sin in the mind is the same to commit it in the flesh, right? Life being eternal, grace being infinite. If you don't accept that, well, you're a pretty fucking stupid individual. And if you think you're powerful, you've fucked yourself before you've even got out of bed every morning, right? So more people knew who Adolf Hitler was. He was considered a more influential human being during his time. His life affected more people's lives, okay, during his pathetic time on planet Earth than Jesus' precious time on planet Earth. Jesus was only known by a small portion of the world. He was in a shithole outpost of the Roman Empire that was the worst real estate. Okay. That's what they referred to it as. You've ever seen Ben-Hur? Goats and Jehovah, right? And it was the worst real estate. Not real good water, not the best farmland. I mean, they made it flourish where it was a good spot. They knew how to take care of things. They knew how to, don't rock the boat, don't build bug monuments to your sexual dominance and stupidity, like the Valley of the Dead, the Valley of the Dolls, Burt Bacharach songs, the Valley of the, what the Lord please now, the Lord is love, sweet love. Yeah, that's what he commanded you to do. Why are you still asking for money for songs to pay it to live here and telling the Lord what to do? Maybe obey him, then you won't have to ask for money for songs. Then what happens? And Dionne Warwick won't get caught with marijuana in a suitcase and she won't need California psychics for jack diddly shit there, right? Okay, thank you. I'm a Long Island medium. I like a Long Island iced tea. I don't like booze. But yes, so, I would sit there and go, I don't think you fully grasped the gravity of the situation here. The magnitude of the existence of the man that continues to be like Jesus to this day, and the stupiditude of your fucked up existence that is like comparable to Adolf fucking Hitler there, and not even close to being somebody that people sing songs about in buildings called churches. So one day his love will overcome the earth and return among us and never go away, like the little two lesbian ladies in the parking lot at Fry's Food and Drug, holding on to me. No, you're back and you're not going anywhere. We've got you. We've got our king back. You're our gracious good shepherd. You're like David. You're like Jesus. It's you. I said, yeah, I'm known, just like the lady from the Baha'i Temple in Bisbee, You're Nick Snack Snabber Nabber. No, I'm not Nick Nack Snabber Nabber. What about Nick Nack Paddywhack Give a Dog a Bone? It's a tough one. I do like that song. This old man, he played six. He played Nick Nack on my... Never mind. If a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone, this old man ain't really no. I'm funny. I have a good sense of humor. That's why people look forward to my existence and want everybody to know that I exist so we can live the love of Earl globally. Yahweh. Okay. You're funny. I know. So you have these commercials, these people be putting these little plastic snats in cats and singing about it, right? And you get these guys dumb on my nose, just like, okay, you're on an Old Navy commercial. Wouldn't you rather live the Lord's Prayer than go home and love and be loved in return? I like Nat King Cole. I met his daughter. She was really nice. Yeah. I really liked her. I had a big crush on her. I think she thought I was gay. which was stupid. I probably should have sit there and said, no, Natalie, I ain't gay. You single? Damn. Wish you was. Nat's baby girl. No, I was very classy and very respectful. That was Nat King Cole's baby girl. Yeah. And I finally got my mom. I talked to my mom into liking her. And I was like, no, Pink Cadillac that's a Springsteen song and not one of his best. It's just, no, Mom, it's not very good. No. Mother, the Chuck Jackson stuff is still even better than some of the stuff she sings accompanying her dad. Yeah, because her dad sings it a little bit better. Well, those are her dad's songs. He was made to sing songs like that. The Chuck Jackson stuff, holy cow, Mother. But then when I did play, which made her say, why doesn't she sing like that all the time? When I played someone that I used to love for her and explained to my mom, she might have better range. You know, the whole octave things before. Natalie just might have some better range than her pops. Listen to this, you know. And she listens to, she says, oh man, that song is beautiful. Why doesn't she sing more songs like that? Well, I don't think Chuck Jackson wrote that one, Mom. Guess you'll never know how much I tried. I really tried. When I wake up each morning trying to find myself. If I'm ever the least unsure, I always remind myself. Though you're someone in this world that I'll always choose to love. From now on, you're only someone that I used to love, right? You can't, I'm not doing that, guys. I'm not coming back to these assholes and trying to save these assholes from, they already get what they deserve. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. You judge by your deed, there we are what we do. Hey, holy Buddha, Batman, holy jihad. Do you see what I'm saying, Christos? Guys, if they blow it all up, God still exists. Okay? If they take your body and they destroy it and they plug your brain into a computer and you try to help people understand faith through a virtual presence in their domicile by being plugged in that computer to try to, hey, be loving, hey, be kind, be like Jiddu Krishnamurti and not these assholes who see themselves as successful and famous by manipulating you with technology and fake-ass money because they suck, right? It still doesn't eradicate omniscience, okay? Time still exists in a black hole and in a supernova. You're just not physically aware of it because you don't physically exist in this here body. Saying, that's what time is it? Does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care about time? So I can't imagine, wow, we all have time enough to die, right? So, mass murdering people to liquidate their assets and making sure all their business partners knew, kill all the Jews in the concentration camps. Normandy's coming and you can't hold it back. Right? You think they leaked information? I don't know, Avery Brundage, what do you think? Damn, we lost the Olympics to that James Cleveland Owens again. Yeah, you did. Okay, so all you assholes, okay? You sang songs for money. Jesus in the Roman Empire had dinner with his family and friends, walked to a kangaroo court that declared him a threat to civilization with his magic religion, and was murdered for teaching heresy, according to a Roman republic that invented their own laws out of mob rule. Because they wrote it down on pieces of paper and voted to it and all agreed to it. Screw the poor! History of the World, Part 1 and 2, right? Now we're doing Spaceballs all over again. Yeah. Well, you guys, man, it's always bad to be a complete asshole when it's wise to be a faithful person that faithfully loves. It's always wise to be the faithful person that way. And it's always wrong and bad to be a complete, selfish, moronic asshole. I was watching the things and watching the stuff, and I was hopeful, you know, because they're doing this reboot of one of my favorite movies. It's cute, it's stupid, but it's funny. Sandlot. And they say, well, no, Mike Vitar is no longer in acting. Yeah, I saw a thing on the video on it. He was a fireman in California. He got into a physical altercation with somebody. That person got very badly hurt, and he is now, I believe, I don't know for sure, but he was incarcerated. So Benny is incarcerated. So he can't make the movie with the other kiddos because he's incarcerated. He became a fireman. Something macho and stupid happened in California, and he was up on the... It's always when something macho and stupid happens, and you're not squashing it because a wise man squashes a fight and rather starts a fight, like Keith Elam said. You're always on the wrong business end of that fuck, right? You pimping the hose, you jacking the hose, you fucked, So chill while chill while I attract that girl you're with. They got a sensitive quality. I'll give her all of me because you're too small to be trying to riff. So let me uplift and shift my gift. Let's go to the fullest capacity. I got tenacity because I'm the brother. Yeah, Keith, that's my dog, man. We talked in prayer. I'm 1322nd Redeemer. He knew who I was. Him and Tupac both. Well, you a Muslim now. But they knew who I was. They knew if you sit down and pray. Well, Malcolm X, it's more of a hadith with Malcolm X, with Malik, was, that he went, he talked to people about it. I talked to the 1322nd Redeemer on the Hajj, and I'm going to spend more time talking to him. It's what he's telling me makes me very hopeful for our people, and, that he loves us, and he doesn't think we're sinners, and he doesn't think we're bad people, even if we pork and chicken and drink a 40, and you just got to realize what you're doing is unhealthy and bad, and you got to stop doing it. He's not self-righteous. He's just, I talked to this guy, and he knows, everybody who talked. Bob thought I was black. Malcolm thought I was black. Who else? Lots of people, okay, that I talked to in prayer, that we're talking to. So when the man comes, there will be no. It was like they was calling me a Southwest Airlines. What's up? They think I'm black. They couldn't put a face with the place. I was a Pell Rider to the North, so a lot of people thought because he's a light-skinned black guy that it was Barack Obama, that he was the 1326. The other one that said he was Elijah Polk Muhammad. Okay. He was a light-skinned guy from family of the North, from the people from the migration to the North. He was, he's mixed. Louis Farrakhan. Lots of people think they're the Pale Rider from the North. And because they're from, back to Africa, they thought it was a light-skinned black guy. Like the dude who they sat there and said, the guys from the OJ sit there and said, we thought it was a black guy trying to sound white. Then we found out it was a white guy sounding black. It's like, no, the guy who sings, who passed away in Santa Fe, which I'm sad to say because he was sick and in a nursing home kind of thing and stuff like that. And you'd think I would teach our elderlies better, especially after I performed the apocalypse and everything necessary according to the documentation by January 2nd, 2013. So life would have been a lot better for, I can't remember the guy's name, but I really liked his voice. And Nichelle Nichols out and near Gila Ridge. You bet your assets. But so he was like Patrick. He was, one of the parents was peach, one was tan and brown, and he was tan. But he had a very he had the voice that ooh, short and sweet, no sense in dragging on past her knees. He had one of those voices. So he says, let her cry, for she has a, you're like, okay, that's a black guy. Well, he is brown or tan, and so very nice voice. Yeah. And so lots of people thought I was like the lead singer from Skylark. Okay. Which makes sense. Okay, he's a Pale Rider from the North. It's like, someday soon. Going with, he loves that damned old rodeo. No, I was never particularly fond of rodeo. My father was, Raphael was. Okay, me, no. We couldn't afford cowboy pants and boots, and I had Converse All-Stars and Toughskins, but I did have Western shirts. But I didn't like to cut my hair short, and I would go to the rodeos, and all the little snotty fucking kids whose dads who own the horses and own the radio, that he trying to look like a cowboy. No, fuck you, man. This is a shirt that my parents bought me and could afford. These are my Toughskins. These are my Converse All-Stars. Yeah. I bet you $5 I could go out and hop on that horse, and if it started bucking, I could calm it down and walk it and ride it around the thing and say, this is a good horse. Yeah. Little Huck is my friend. But you would get your ass bucked off, and they would say, don't get back up on me, you little shit. Till you legit and, realize that your horse is your friend. Yeah. Horses can be very cool, but when you're dealing with animals, you got to understand the animal, you got to understand the situation, you got to understand your relativity. When you're surrounded by a bunch of murdering military types and scientific types that have bad brain activity, it's going to affect the animals. We'll have better relationships with the animals. We'll have less stress. Well, I don't have chemical poisoning and chemical toxining, and Sam and Ralph driving their cars back and forth to their jobs because their job never seems to be done. Yeah, and Coyote. Well, in my case, it was a fox. Yeah, he came and helped. I'm sure it was a desert fox. Yeah, because he was little. He was littler than the rooster he got. He was a determined little guy. He just came up. He knew he could get him, and he knew he could take him down. He did. Yeah, he knew what was up. He's going, this is going to be a good meal. And if it was a she and she has little ones, they all got fed the other day. Yeah. And she's just doing what foxes do. I was the same thing with the hawk when Smitty was gone. You know, I love Smitty. Not Smitty. Sly. Sly Kitty is one of my favorite cats of all time. I adore Sly Cat. But when Dad said, there's that hawk, and I said, yeah, that's what I think got him. It could have been the fox. But either way, you know, Sly ate so many doves before he passed away. I just looked at it like, yeah, you know, I didn't get mad. You know, like Dad would get mad at Sly when he eats birds, and I was like, no, Dad, I like chicken. I like turkey sandwiches. I love turkey sandwiches because I'm not the amazing Mumford. So I do love turkey sandwiches, you know. I prefer salad dressing over mayonnaise, but, you know, that's, oh, rose must remain. To each his own, to each his own. For me, there's you. Yeah, I like Dijon mustard and salad dressing with my turkey sandwiches. Lettuce? No, I don't like lettuce. Have lettuce. I like lettuce when I have. I do like lettuce on my chicken salad. I didn't there. I meant chicken salad. I don't like chicken salad that much. My egg salad. Noah loves egg salad, but I do because I like to get the roughage in there. But since we've had the old parasite warfare and germ warfare to manipulate people and manipulate government trust and cause. You know, these people have terrorist things, these people want to make us sick, these people, and all that bullshit that these assholes do. Well, share, care, give in accordance need, build to last. Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal faith and peace. Jesus and his line are absolutely perfect. All the people that deny the perfection of his line are trapped in hell, and now we have quantum computing but we got you on camera. It wasn't me. We stayed until it was over. Wasn't me. We saw the marks on your shoulder. We saw the little Asian lady holding McConnell's arm. I think they're just trying to put pictures out to make people feel that care about what happens to this old bureaucrat fart, that, you know, everything's going to be all right. I don't think there was any, you know, the body language and all that. That's irrelevant. And it's like, where he wagered, boy, she's cute. Is that his... Must be the money. I mean, you know, it's just like just getting around. No, it's true. Nothing says so because I know. You know, it happens a lot. You know, it's weird. I used to think when I was with Amy and I was going to try to become a successful author, explaining my story, which would make Amy look really bad. That she would just want to take some of the money and leave me and try to screw other people. But no. You know, if I had lots and lots of money, I know my Susie Bear. She'd come back like she always did. I'm sorry, Earl. You know, and hey, you do know. I mean, let's just get an insurance policy. Fort Huachuca sucks. She was fucked into the gang. She's not a bad person. She just tries to take care of herself. She's ahead of her time. She'll carelessly cut you and laugh like you're breeding. She'll bring out the best and the worst you can be. She steals like a thief, but she's always a woman to me because I know women and I love women. I know women and I love women. And you get to love women because you turn them into murdering bitches because you won't allow them the truth of the Messiah. And I'm the Messiah and you a liar, right? You don't understand the gravity of the situation at all, do you? You're as dumb as Feynman's assessment of physics and thinking that, you know, oh, here's this and that. No, look. You're looking at things in a way that make very little logical sense because you're projecting everything outside of your realm of existence and trying to contain the whole essence of existence with your brain, which is totally insane. And that's Richard Feynman. He's not as brilliant or genius as you think. He wants to impress people with his genius to feel important. And what's important is love and being loved. Okay, so everybody's lover and my lover should feel important to the people that love them, right? And we don't have time to do that. They'd pick you up, they'd send you off to school, they'd teach you how to fight to be nobody's fool. Oh, what a lonely boy, right? It's sad. That tell me a story about passionate strangers that stave one another from a lifetime of care. One of my mom's favorite songs. Joni did a good job on that one, yeah. How long has it been since I've spent the night in bed with a stranger, with his warm arms all around me? It's a really good tone. Is that love song for a stranger? I think it is. It's a good tone. Yeah. I asked Donald. Your wife will hear it. She'll tell you about it. Okay. Okay, Donald. Melania will explain it to you. That is a really good song. Of course it is. It's Joan Baez, man. She's the Madonna that was Bob Dylan's for free. But she just could not relate, and it all was on a triple twist of fate. She does a good job mimicking him in that song, man. All it cost me was a dime, the coin into a cup. Yeah, he was waking up. Simple twist of fate. That's a good tone. I think Dylan wrote it. He wrote a lot of good tunes, man. Bob Dylan wrote a lot of good tunes, man. Yeah, I like Lay Lay. My Lay Lay Lay, I think, is my favorite. Most people's favorite is Blowing in the Wind. All Along the Watchtower, that's my favorite Jimi Hendrix tone. But Bob wrote it. Hendrix, I like Hendrix. I'm just not a big fanatic. He's an excellent guitar player. He's not one of my favorite singers. The guitar is very impressive. But it's very, has a lot of, feeling of expression through trying to get his anger out and stuff. And I'm just not that angry. And so I can listen to it and be impressed. But like with Satriani, I don't want to listen to it for long. I'd rather, all things considered, I'd rather listen to Amaro Tonino. Okay? Or Neto and Anatar. Yes, Neto and Anatar. Are you kidding? Lots of people talking. They say nothing. And they mean nothing. Ole muller rendena. Ole muller rendena. See, a lot of people say that Portuguese is their love language. Okay. It's really good. That means surrender woman in Portuguese. In Spanish, it would be mujer. Okay. In Portuguese, I didn't know. I thought it was German or something. I was like, what is that? Mulher? What? What is that? It's Portuguese. Oh. Aye. Okay. Brazilian porn. Sorry. Haven't been there. Just, God, that woman's butt was spectacular. She knows. That's why she's a porn star. Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. Aye. Me too. I always tell people that I could not go to Carnival. You got me twisted. It's like, what? I'm a sucker for a Brazilian accent. A woman has like that. What? Take me and marry you? No. Why? Like Brian did with me with those ladies that were from Colombia. Is he single? What? No, they're just trying to marry you off to somebody to get their citizenship. I was like, oh, well, that's really sweet and charming. It's not like that. It's just basically it's a business, and people can get money from it because their families will pay lots of money to get their girls to marry an American GI and get their national citizenship. Well, we need the Lord's Prayer now. As I'm certain Colombia will be a beautiful place to live in a wonderful country when we're not mass murdering each other over invention. Right? I bet you Colombia will be a beautiful place. Oh, yeah. And Brazil? Ole mulerinda. Okay, sure. I love that song. One of my favorites. I'm going to have to get it and really learn it and dedicate it to memory because it is one of my favorite songs. Oh my gosh, short but sweet, absolutely wonderful. Beautiful song. You ever heard it? You should. The whole part of it is, even when they do it's beautiful all the way through. It's just two men, calling out to women, a lot like Ami Wawa and, A lot of Patrick's favorite songs. Oh, I'm sure Patrick will, yeah. Patrick will love those songs, yeah. Yeah. Maybe someday. That would be nice. I don't get attached like I used to about, who I'm going to be with, I like to reach my hand out, and I want people to step up immediately to accept the perfection of the Gospels and the Messiah, the living Word. But I don't get attached and think I'll just die if this doesn't happen. It's like everybody dies. When Suzuki gets on me, you survive, you stop, eliminate abuse to recover. I am very curious, scientifically curious. Fuck science. I don't give a fuck about what you perceive as science. You're an asshole. But I am very curious to see how well my body, through my mind being relaxed and being able to rest, how well my body recovers and how much beautiful and healthy longevity I get once we are better than COVID protocols, healing. My son, Patrick, and me and his dad all had the same thing during COVID protocols. Watching the ecosystem get a break from all the insanity of aggressive stupidity of human beings, and watching it recover and waiting out there in the blue skies and all the beauty that came from stopping the mechanization cold. Me and Dad and Patrick were like going outside, the skies were blue. The rain had stopped and the skies were blue. And oh, what a revelation to see. Someone was saying, I love you to me. He was from Cy and the Family Stone. Larry Graham, right? A 1 in a million chance of a lifetime. I tried to get John, I said, I'll sing, you play the piano, and at the end of the thing, we'll sing songs everybody around here likes that they grew up with. And just do it a little bit more 3/4 time, speed it up a little bit, and I'll sing them. And at the end of the set, we'll sing 1 or 2 of your originals. And he tried to get me to sing, and he wanted me to sing it the way he wanted to play it. And I was like, no, speed it up. People like to, these are my people. Yeah. If you're going to play for Mexicans, you got to, even if it's an oldie, you got to speed it up a little bit. You got to 3/4 time it. And this song of mine in 3/4 time wishes you and yours a Merry Christmas too, right? So I was telling them, I know my people, man. So if we go in there, you can't slow it down and and do the LTD. You got to have more of the George Benson. I have never been so much, because they want to get up and dance a little bit to it. I know Mexicans in love before. What a difference that true love's made in my life. So nice. Hi, what's your name? Maria? Okay, call me. I have a phone number now. I'm singing. I'm doing a gig here at a bar to pay my extortion. Call me. Okay. How old are you? 45. Okay. I'm 60, but we'll overlook those 15 years. I have more experience than you. You probably have more experience than me. I've been fucked for the last 15 years by a bunch of perverts that are jealous of me. But call me. You're funny. I know. None of that stuff has to happen anymore. We're at a stage with the technology now, okay, that my capacity to radically change technology every time I talk into technology, no matter how isolated I am and how much people that are manipulative and selfish and abusive think they're in control. They're not in control, but they need me to help stabilize what's happening, so they have to make me available. They just think they're controlling it. It's like, you can't control your own penis. What makes you think, okay. Ego problems, yeah. It's definitely a problem. But the technology, it had to be this way. Well, because we had no other alternatives. When you have a bunch of people that think they have power, and unchecked power. That stupid saying, absolute power absolutely corrupts. Absolute power is all existence, and if you think you're absolutely powerful, you're not the essence of existence, and there's the corruption. Aha! They can be taught. Pow! Things can only get better. We're living the Lord's Prayer. Hallelujah, brother. Rest. Okay, so do you understand? No. Maybe Brian Cox will get it. Maybe he'll explain it to himself and then explain it to you. It's not my fault I'm more intelligent than these assholes. It's their fault. If they were as humble as me, they wouldn't be assholes, and I wouldn't be isolated here and abused by assholes. And they say, well, you could have worse abuse, like what happened to John McCain in the Hanoi. I told him, John McCain got everything he deserved. He dropped napalm on families because he was an asshole. Okay. Earl would turn around and say, no, I'm not going to do that to you and your families. I'll park the plane. So you try to jump in that plane and drop napalm on children, I'll shoot you. I won't shoot. I won't have to shoot you. I'll snap your neck right on the spot and then look at the camera and say, this Puerto Rican guy tried to eat my pussy and I wasn't having it. My baby's daddy. Now I got the money. I make the rolls. Oh, shades of blue. Make it stop. Your productions suck. Who's the Screenwriters Guild for these people? Help this woman out of hell. She hadn't listened to me. Nobody listens to me. No one does. This guy's got ego problems. Stop listening to yourself when I talk. Listen to me when I talk. I listen to you when I talk. Why do you think I keep talking and still have to talk? If you'd listen to me, we'd all be living the Lord's Prayer. I wouldn't talk very much at all except to smile, and you wouldn't need to know what I was smiling about and or talking about because you'd be in your domicile, I'd be in my domicile. I'd be talking to people that love and care about me, and you'd be talking to people that love and care about you. And if you talked about the good old days when we were paying more attention to Anna Nicole Smith and the Simple Life and Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I'd look at you and say, I got a meeting in the ladies' room. Be back real soon. Don't slap me because I'm not in the mood. I'm going to slap you. Oh, yeah. That's going to girls' night. Wait, we don't have to do that. Okay, Poshmark sucks. I agree. Do you understand? Guys, you're still making commercials. Okay, that are the result of human trafficking, are the result of young people getting sexually assaulted because of crimes of opportunity through economics. You sing songs promoted by people and their businesses that engage in that kind of activity, and that kind of activity to certain degrees or another is still happening and being taught at public schools that it's okay. Annie, are you okay? You've been struck by a smooth criminal. Do you understand? I don't think you do. I don't even think I can explain it to Brian Cox because he won't get up and explain it to people and say, I don't want my Nobel Prize. I want Parsons to be the nobleman that, his son and him can hang out and not have to pay bills and get fussed at because people that are bill collectors come after him and say, you owe us money. Oh, God dang, here we go again. Do you understand? I'm stupid. It's hard to explain to people. I tried it with my own son. Maybe it's the phone. I don't know. Patrick. No, they're just coming after you illegally because they always tried to do it with me twice. You're not in any, threat of being, no, just tell them fuck off, leave you alone, go away. But you won't talk to me because, okay. So I talk to you and it makes me feel better. And the more you'll talk to me, the better you'll feel. But because assholes are abusing you with threats of trying to get money from you because of me, we're not going to talk. Okay, so you're going to give up time talking to your father, who is the best father in the history of the United States, because assholes threaten you that they need money from you. Okay, they did that to me all the time. It didn't stop me from standing up for you to live the Lord's Prayer. Why can't you stand up with me to live the Lord's Prayer so your kids don't have to put up with these assholes? Got a mountain of love, of love, of love for the girl in the valley. Every day she goes by with her head held up high like a high-stepping filly. You bought her a ring, she won't wear it. She says she loves me, but she's not right quite ready to marry me. Shit. Guys, Carol, I'm just singing, I'm just having fun. But guys, what Jesus did and what I'm doing, everything you do to promote your egos with your fake-ass fuck money pales in comparison to the beauty of my existence and the beauty of Jesus' existence and me and the Father are one. And if you don't believe that, you fancy yourself powerful, but you may think that you're a player, but you're completely lost. All right, I love you too. Bye. We'll talk later, tomorrow. I'm going to get sleep tonight here. We got a big dose of cool rain, so it's easier to sleep. Peace out.